Number 8. So we have our example here that a rectangular prism shown below has the dimensions as labeled, as we can see here. My length down here at the bottom is x plus 6. My height is x plus 3. My width is x minus 1. So the first part of this question asks, given the formula for the area, which is A equals width times the height, because we're looking for the shaded part, write an expression for the area of the shaded side in standard form. All right, so we just got to go through and we just got to multiply. So I'm going to come down here. So area is equal to my width, which is x minus 1. And then my height, which is x plus 3. Well, I'm going to use FOIL. I'm just going to multiply everything out. So x times x is going to give me x squared. X times plus 3 is positive 3x. Negative 1 times x is negative x. Negative 1 times positive 3 is negative 3. We got to combine our like terms. So since it's asking for the expression and not an equation, I can just write the this half of the equal sign. So x squared. Then we have 3x minus x is plus 2x minus 3. So there's my expression. For B, it says to calculate the actual area of the shaded side when x equals 8. Now I can go through again and I can substitute 8 into here for each of the x's. Or I can come up here and I can actually find the values. So 8 plus 3, so 8, 9, 10, 11. So I've got 11 inches as my height. And then here we've got 7 inches for my width. And while I'm at it, even though it's not asking for it, I'm going to move over here and I'm going to find out what the length is. So I have the 8 plus the 6, so 14 inches is going to be my length. Now this is only asking at the moment for the actual area of the shaded side. So the area is going to equal the 7 times the 11. So I have 77. Now I got to make sure I have my units. If I don't put my units in, I'm not going to get all credit. So this would be inches, and since we're talking about area, it's inches squared. All right, so now let's go to the next problem here. It says given the formula for the volume. So now we have to take into account all 3 of the dimensions. So we know that so far from the area, this is the area. So I'm just going to take the area and multiply by the length, because it says that my width, try that again. It says that my volume is length times width times height. I already have width times height. It's right here. So now let's just, again, work where we have the volume is equal to, all right, so scroll back up. What's my length? My length is x plus 6, as you can see. So now I'm going to type in, or write actually, x plus 6 times, we have what was left from the area. So x squared plus 2x minus 3. All right, I'm going to change colors of my pen so it doesn't get too confusing. Come back down here. I'm going to take x and I'm going to multiply the x by everything that's in the other equation, or expression rather. All right, so I get this equals x cubed plus 2x squared minus 3x. So that was nice because all I really did was just change the degree of each one of these. I'm going to use another color to deal with the ones that are in the bottom, where I take the 6 and I multiply it by everything. So now I have 6 times x squared. I'm actually going to write it below to make my life a little bit easier. So I have plus 6x squared. And then I have a 6 times 2x, so that's plus 12x. And I have a 6 times the negative 3, so minus 18. All right, let's go back up here and get my blue pen. So as I look at this, I want to add all these things together here. So I'm going to take all these pieces and combine my like terms. X cubed has no friends. And again, we're dealing with the expression, so I don't have to worry about volume equals. So we have x cubed. Then we have our squared terms here. So we have a 2x squared and 6x squared. So that's going to be plus 8x squared. And then we have a negative 3x and a positive 12x. So that's going to be plus 9x. And the negative 18 comes along for the ride. So that's the expression for the volume. Now the next part says, okay, calculate the actual volume if x is equal to 8 again. Nice thing is, remember I already calculated the area of this side, so it's just going to be the area of this side times the length that we have here, and that's going to give me the volume. All right, well, taking a look at what we had that the area was 77 before. Okay, so here's my area of 77. I'm going to take the 77, and I'm just going to multiply by 14. Now you're going to have a calculator help you with all this, of course. So we're going to go through, and when we multiply that out, we get 1,078. Now I got to have my units. I'm still in inches, but since we're talking about volume, it's cubic inches. All right, so now we have what the volume would be. We've calculated the area, we calculated the expressions. We are all done with number 8.